Before you judge me, listen to the whole story. I didn't cheat because I stopped loving my partner. I cheated because money stress broke us emotionally, and someone else made me feel safe again. Welcome to Affair Confessions, where real people share the stories they're often too afraid to tell. This is mine. Have you ever gone through a season in life where everything feels heavy at once? Bills piling up, sleepless nights, constant worry about money. That was me. This isn't easy to say out loud, but I'm sharing it because I know I'm not the only one who's been here. I cheated during one of the hardest financial periods of my life. Not because I stopped loving my partner, not because I was looking for excitement, but because stress slowly pulled us apart. And I didn't know how to cope. Money has a way of changing everything. At first, it was just small worries. Groceries became something we calculated carefully. Rent felt overwhelming. Every unexpected expense felt like a punch to the chest. We started having the same conversations over and over again. How are we going to make it through this month? What used to be laughter at the dinner table turned into silence. We were both exhausted, emotionally and mentally. Instead of leaning on each other, we slowly began retreating into ourselves. My partner became distant, focused on survival mode. I did too, but in a different way. I felt invisible. I didn't feel heard anymore. I didn't feel supported emotionally, even though I knew we were both trying our best with what we had. We were drowning in stress, and neither of us knew how to throw the other a lifeline. That's when someone else came into the picture. It wasn't planned, it wasn't intentional. It started as simple conversations, harmless at first. Just someone asking how my day was going, someone listening without judgment, someone who made me feel seen again. And that feeling, it was dangerous. For the first time in months, I felt safe emotionally. I felt understood. I felt like I could breathe. But deep down, I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew it was wrong. I told myself, excuses. It's just talking. I deserve to feel supported. I'm not actually doing anything. But emotional cheating is still cheating, and eventually it crossed a line. In that moment, I wasn't thinking about consequences. I wasn't thinking about the person who had stood by me through so much. I was only thinking about escaping the weight of my reality for a little while. That's the truth. I chose comfort over commitment, temporary relief over long-term trust. And once it happened, the guilt hit hard. There's no way to describe that feeling properly. It sits in your chest. It follows you everywhere. You replay your choices in your mind over and over, wishing you could rewind time. I hurt someone who didn't deserve it.
Why is this
Financial
happening?
stress didn't
I don't
force me to cheat.
understand.
Loneliness
do?
didn't force me to cheat. Emotional distance didn't force me to cheat. Those things created the environment, but the choice was mine. That's an important distinction. Looking back now, I see how badly we both needed communication. We needed honesty. We needed vulnerability. Instead of saying, "I'm struggling," I looked for comfort in the wrong place. I've learned that when life gets hard, it exposes cracks in relationships. Money problems don't just affect your bank account. They affect your connection, your patience, your mental health, and your ability to show up for each other. But hardship doesn't excuse betrayal. If you're watching this and you're in a tough season right now, financially, emotionally, or both, please hear this. Talk to your partner. Ask for help. Be honest about how you're feeling. Don't make the same mistake I did. Running toward someone else doesn't fix what's broken inside your relationship. It only adds another layer of pain. Healing takes accountability. It takes uncomfortable conversations. It takes rebuilding trust, whether that's with your partner or with yourself. I'm sharing this not for sympathy, but for awareness. Because sometimes people don't cheat out of cruelty, they cheat out of emotional exhaustion, fear, and feeling unseen. That doesn't make it right, but it makes it human. Thank you for listening to Affair Confessions. If this story resonated with you, protect your relationships during hard times. Stress will test you, but your choices define you.